Hello YouTube family, and welcome back to the channel. I wanted to show you today what I have growing on, as Pete in Florida would say, Pete Canaris, which I love his channel. Anyway, so I have several seed starts. I'm hoping that I can get them to germinate. They're not really doing very well. They've been in the soil, seed starting soil for just about a week, and I know most of them are about 10 days or so, 10 to 15 days before they start to germinate in the soil. I am, however, afraid that I have not kept it warm enough in there, and so I think that that has played a big part in it. The good thing is that if some of these don't take, I can try it over again because I have plenty of seed. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I've got growing. Okay, so I have two racks with 4 shelves each. I am only utilizing 3 on each rack because the top I've got all the supplies, more garden soil, and I do need to pick up some more seed starting soil, but some coco coir and some, this is actually just for the little roses and the 2 bigger rose bushes that we bought that I'm going to put into pots. And then we'll transplant them then again when when it actually thaws out. So these 2 trays, and I have another tray that I actually recycled the K-cup pods. I have a cousin who uses a lot of K-cups in her Keurig, so she's saved them over probably a couple months for me just so I could use them. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking off the top, which is the foil, and dumping out the coffee grounds and whatnot. And some of them have this, like, I don't know, it's a plastic liner, I guess you could call it. And those things are not easy to get out. And then obviously I give them a good wash, and then I'm just filling them with seed starting soil and popping seeds in. So I had some acorns that I kept, and this is kind of just for fun and for an experiment, really. But I actually planted oak. So I planted the acorns, and I'm hoping that I can get them to sprout, because it'd just be really cool. I'm a big tree lover. I have a lot of people call me a tree-hugging hippie, and that's okay with me. I'm a different kind of hippie, but you know. I transplanted I had 2 miniature roses that I bought on clearance at Walmart just because they were I think they were like $2 a piece, and I thought, oh, you know what, let's try. They're only $2. So one of them is not doing so hot. I don't know what's going on. But I've been trying to take very good care of her, and I did when I transplanted the 2 bushes. I used the rose tone, and so I would think that would help, but I don't know if that one's going to live. This one, however, is doing fantastic. It seems to really like where it was planted, or where it was potted, and the rose tone flower food that I gave it. So I don't know. Now I do have I have flats, obviously, and I have the seed blocker, which I'll tell you, I really do like it. I really do. It's I don't know, I think it's going to be a lot easier to transplant things. I have over here, I have cucumber and zucchini. Here are the watermelon, and these are just the sugar baby watermelon. All these are going to have to go into bigger 4-inch pots, which I'm hoping to get ordered this week. but we'll see. I have, oh my goodness, I have a lot actually started, but I still have a ton more to start. So, these here are elderberry, and I got these cuttings actually from a very dear friend of mine, Cindy, in Texas, and so they made the trip all the way from Texas to Iowa, which was kind of nice. It was a wonderful surprise in the mail. I have Big Moon giant pumpkin planted, and I went ahead and put those into 4-inch pots because the seeds were so big they really didn't fit into the 2-inch soil block maker that I have. So in the flat next to it, it's small, but last night I just thought I'd throw a few packs of lettuce seed in it and see if I can get anything to sprout that way. And just FYI, please don't pay too much attention to my house. It is a giant mess right now. We are going through getting a grant, and we're in the process of having to move all kinds of stuff and get rid of stuff and clean and the whole 9 yards. So anyway, the next thing I got, I have jalapeno, and there are 50 blocks of jalapeno seed in there. So hopefully we can get something to sprout up. I don't seem to really be having a whole lot of luck getting anything to germinate very well. So I think it's something to do with the fact that I really haven't had much heat. These LED grow lights don't put off any heat, and so because of that, the environment's not really warm enough. The great thing is that I have so much seed that if they don't take off, then I can just replant. So I have a small flat of Genovese basil growing, and we have down here K-cups with lemongrass seed in it. I have cat hair in here because, well, we have 4 cats and 4 huskies, so there you go. Anyway, a lot of lemongrass. We have timber here. I have a timbered area and 3 acres, and so we have issues with mosquitoes and all kinds of stuff, and so I'm really hoping that the lemongrass is going to help with that this year. Last year got really bad. We couldn't even sit outside, and I used methionine, which I am not a fan of any kind of chemicals, but we couldn't stand it, and to be out in our yard was murderous. It really was. I mean, it was terrible. So we used the methionine against my better judgment, but it helped. It really did help. It cut the population down pretty well. So hopefully the lemongrass will help out with that this year, and I don't have to use any chemicals. We have 15 blocks of black cherry tomatoes. I have 15 blocks of red cherry tomatoes. 20 blocks of Roma tomatoes. Now, the reason I planted so many Roma tomatoes, which I'm going to have to plant more anyway, but I actually use the Roma tomatoes for making pico de gallo. I love pico de gallo. So, and the Roma tomatoes seem to have a lot more texture to them, so they're easier to cut up and what have you. So I have a flat of 50 blocked beefsteak tomatoes, and then I have 10 purple tomatillo, 20 San Marzano, let's see, 5 of the Japanese black trifle, and 10 of the Amana orange tomatoes. And then on the end I actually had, I still have a bunch, but Howden pumpkin seeds, and those are going to be more for carving. Those are your jack-o'-lantern type pumpkins. So, I just kind of came up with it just a little bit ago. I do cover my plants at night. I wrap them with, I have 2 old bed sheets, and I was hoping that it would help to keep them warm, or keep the warmth in there, but they're LED lights, so they don't get warm. So to solve that problem, I decided that maybe I would use one of my brooder lights and wrap it then at night. And the brooder light is actually attached to the rack itself. So it's attached right here, and while it's resting there on the edge of both of the racks, and these racks, yes, they do move, but I do have the wheels locked, so I've got all the plastic stuff moved away from it, so hopefully we can get some good heat going in there and get some of those seeds germinating. That would be lovely. So don't really know what else to tell you. Stuff that's been happening. I got a new weather thermometer. It has an indoor and outdoor sensor. So I do have it set up, but I need to put the sensor module outside, and so I'll be doing that later today. And this bandana is driving me crazy, which is not really a far drive. Anyway, I have some plans today to go dig through my shed and see if I can find some 4-inch pots and some bigger pots. So because I have 2 rose bushes that my daughter really wanted these rose bushes, and I'm like, it's a little early to be buying them because we can't plant them. But we went ahead and bought 2 of them, and so I need to get them. They've been in water, so I need to get them into a couple pots. And I do have bigger pots out in my shed, but getting to it might be kind of a trick. I don't know. I think that's pretty much all I have. If you have any suggestions, comments, questions, leave them down in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer them. And remember to like, share, subscribe, and you can follow me on Instagram and Patreon and Facebook, and I also have a website. I think that's probably it. So remember to live from the earth and play in the dirt any chance you get. Thank you, and many blessings to everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.